Well, what an opening weekend at the multiplex we've got. James Bond, Abraham Lincoln. Heroes don't get any more classic than that. The tuxedo versus the top hat. And there's no question who's going to win this cage match at the box office, but for once the blockbuster is the movie to see. Skyfall, and this is no exaggeration, it's the best Bond film ever. Now, we all love Sean Connery, he originated the role, but Daniel Craig is the first Bond who's, well, he really took ownership of the role. He doesn't seem trapped in it like any of the other actors. You know, this franchise had degenerated into farce, and Daniel Craig slammed it back down to earth with Casino Royale. The follow-up, Quantum of Solace, well, it's kind of shaky, but with Skyfall, Craig really took charge. He recruited Sam Mendes, the Oscar-winning director of American Beauty, to direct. And this guy elevated the Bond movie to a whole new class. Just take a look at the pedigree of the cast. All of them with Oscar beside their bios. There's Judi Dench, Javier Bardem, Ralph Fiennes, and Albert Finney. And then you've got Roger Deakins behind the camera. He's the Coen brothers cinematographer. And Skyfall is gorgeous from top to bottom, not just the opening credits. I think this will be the first Bond movie to get Oscar nominations in major categories. We're looking at Dench and Bardem, I think, for supporting roles. Don't want to jinx it, but there you go. And Deakins, after 9 Oscar nominations, it'd be very, very cool if this cinematographer finally won for a Bond movie. So what is Skyfall about? I'm not going to breathe a word of that. I had the pleasure of seeing it cold. I'll just say that it reboots the franchise, and at the same time it dishes up all the classic Bond cliches. There are big surprises, so see it soon before somebody like me spoils it for you.
Everybody needs a hobby.
Now, on a more sobering note, Steven Spielberg's Lincoln. If you're suffering withdrawal from the US presidential race, this may be just the tonic for you. Now, frankly, after seeing the trailer, I had no desire whatsoever to see it. It looked syrupy, very Spielbergy, and over the years I've developed, well, a bit of an allergy to Daniel Day-Lewis. But I was very surprised. The movie is, sure enough, framed with Spielberg's trademark sentimental gloss, but what unfolds on the inside, and most of it takes place indoors, during the final throes of the Civil War, is a political intrigue of stunning complexity, thanks to a really smart script from Tony Kushner. He's the guy who did Angels in America. It's kind of like being in CNN's Situation Room in 1865. And you have to wrap your head around the fact that the Republicans are the good guys, and the Democrats, who are trying to hang on to slavery, are the bad guys. And Daniel Day-Lewis, well, he drew me in with a performance that for him was really understated, yet incredibly powerful. He's got that weird high voice thing that he does, but you get used to it after a while. And now he's already won 2 Oscars, but I'd say he's on track for a 3rd. Tommy Lee Jones, he's also terrific as this cranky abolitionist who's to the left of Lincoln. And even Sally Field is a real force as Lincoln's wife. We love her, we really love her, I guess, we'll see. So Lincoln and Skyfall. Hey, there's hope for the movies yet. I'm Brian Johnson for Maclean's.